And that's a question. I think it's a great place for us to start right there. And that is, what do you see, Andy, when given the experience and the international bestseller on the topic, what do you see people get wrong with hiring? What do you see the biggest mistakes people make right there? Because man, do a lot of people need to learn some lessons here?
Yeah, well, the the first one is understanding what the job really is. Now, I forget the statistic off the top of my head, but it's in the 70s. Let's just say it's 72. But I'd have to double check that. But 72% of salespeople say after they're hired that the job was misrepresented.
Mm.
What happens if you go into a company excited about a job and discover this is not at all what you were told? What goes through their mind? Now they're going, do I stick it out? Do I start looking around again? What do I do? Now, let's talk about why that happens. Did somebody intentionally misrepresent the job? I've been researching that. I can't find data on. I found one source that was unreliable, but it said something like 40% of sales managers intentionally omit important information in the interview process. I can't back that up, but I think the bigger issue is people don't understand what the job is.
Yeah.
So it's not intentionally misrepresented. It's just a lack of understanding.
I could see too, Andy, and I'm sitting on 30 years worth of sales management experience at this point myself too. And one of the things that I've seen is managers just forget to bring something up. It just doesn't come up, and that's an important ingredient. Yeah, sometimes they might be reluctant to go full disclosure, but I mean, most managers, I think their intent is strong. But what ends up happening is something just gets omitted because there's so many things to talk with somebody through the hiring process, and it's easy to forget something.
Yeah. Well, there was one large, well-known company whose name I won't reveal, that HR had done a job analysis, they call it, 5 years ago, and the job had changed. It was a call center job, and the job originally is more like a customer service call center, and they changed the job to be more service plus upsell, downsell, cross-sell. But they wanted to use the job description that didn't have the word sell in it at all. And they refused to change it because they'd invested so much time and money into what they did 5 years ago, even though the job had morphed. So what do you think happens? Now you're out there sourcing for what the description says. What you source is going to be wrong because it doesn't match what the job requires. Then they're going to show up to an interview. And if it's an interview with HR, they're going to go off the old job description. If it's an interview with the sales manager, they're going to ask questions and the candidate's going to go, oh, wait a second, this sounds like a sales job. I thought it was a customer service job. And now all that time is wasted by the sales leaders talking to people who thought they were showing up for something else. So think about just all the wasted time and energy and resource to get to that point.
Yeah, all because we weren't clear on. It sounds like you're at least your starting point for what people get wrong in the hiring process is they don't understand the job, and so all for not understanding the job, do we end up burning up a lot of hours of managers and HR and everybody else. I totally see that happening.